Hi everyone. As part of this problem, we have a quiz dataset quiz.csv. This dataset has below columns. Quiz date, that is the date on which the employee has attempted the quiz. empId, which is the employee ID. empName, that is the name of the employee. Result, whether the employee passed or failed the quiz. And finally, we have the score in the quiz. Now, as part of this problem, we need to find the entry wherein the employee has passed the quiz for the first time. So if we see the sample, for example, let's consider the employee Kiran. So Kiran has attempted the quiz 2 times on 2nd April and 3rd April. First time on 2nd April, Kiran has passed the quiz, and second attempt also, like she has passed the quiz. So in this case, we are looking for the first entry of 2nd April. Similarly, considering another example for employee Mayank. So Mayank has also attempted 2 times. He has passed on the first occasion and failed on the second occasion. So we will be considering the pass entry. And similarly, there is another employee who has not passed any time, although given 3 attempts. So we will not be having any entries for such employees. So this is the expectation from the given input. We are looking only for the first pass entry, the date on which the employee has passed the quiz for the very first time. So let's get started and solve this problem. So what we will do is, as part of the first step, we will load this input data set, that is quiz.csv. So let's get started. So we will create a input data frame. We will use the Spark Read API to read this data set, and we will specify the format as CSV. Now we will specify the path where this data set is located. So let's get it from the catalog. We will go to the DBFS and take the path for the quiz data set. So let's add this path. Also, if we see this data set, it already contains the header. So we will also mention that the header is already present in this data set. So we will indicate that using the option header and set it to true. And then we will load this data set. So let's see the data after it has been loaded into the data frame. So let's run this. So we have successfully loaded the data into the data frame, and we can see all the entries present here. Now we will work on our goal of finding the first pass entry. So here, like, we are interested only in the entries where the result status is pass. So as a first step, what we will do is we will filter out records where the entries has this column as pass. So that we will take as a first step. So we will work on the input data frame, and here we will use the filter function. Another thing is, since this is a Spark SQL function, we will require the corresponding import. So let's add that. So we will be adding the required import function. So we will import all the functions that are present. And let's run this cell. Now we will filter out the entries with only the pass status, and we are working on the result column. So let's specify the literal as pass. So let's run and see the data if we have correctly filtered the data to keep only the pass entries. Okay. So as we see, now we have worked on the input data set and filtered only those records where the result is pass. But we are interested only in the entries wherein the employee has passed for the first time. So what we will do is, we will use the window ranking function and then try to get the first entry that is present. So since we have to find the ranking for each of the employees, we will do a partitioning based on the employee ID, so that there is a grouping done on the employee ID. And after that, we will order based on the quiz date in the ascending order, so that there is rank 1 to the initial dates, rank 2 to the upcoming dates. And after we have done all this, we will filter the data with rank equal to 1. So let's do this step by step and proceed ahead. So as a first step, what we will do is, we will add a rank column here. So let's do that using the with column. So let's mention the column name as RNK, and we will use the row number function. So we will use the row number, and then we will specify the window in the over clause. So for this, we require the window class. And again, for this, we need to add the corresponding import. So let's add that. So the corresponding import for window class is spark.sql.expressions.window. So let's add and run this. So having executed this, we can use the window class now. So now what we will specify is, we want to do the partitioning on the employee ID column. So we will specify that on the employee ID column, and we will do the ordering on the quiz date. So we will do the grouping. So for example, Kiran, for these two entries, there will be ranking created, and based on the quiz date, this will have rank 1 and second entry will have rank 2. So this way, it will assign the ranking. So let's run and see the output. So we have assigned the rank column. As we see, for employees Mayank and Ram, since there are only one entries, the rank is 1. But for the employee Kiran, there are 2 entries. And since we have specified partition by, so it's kind of a separate ranking will be specified. So it will start with rank 1 based on the smaller quiz date. And for the upcoming quiz dates, higher quiz dates, it will assign the next rank. So now our interest is only the first pass entry. So now what we can do is, we can simply filter the data where the column rank is 1, so that we get only the first pass entry for each of the employees. So let's do that. So for that, let's use the where function this time. There is no difference between filter and where, and we will explore that as well here as part of this demo. So what we will do is, for the column rank, we will check if the literal is 1. So if that is the case, we will fetch those entries. So let's run this. So now we are able to get the correct entries that are required. And additionally, we have added this rank column, which we don't need. So we will go ahead and remove this rank column to have a neat output. So let's remove this. Okay, so now we have the final output. And just one thing, here we have used filter and where. So we can use this interchangeably. If we replace the where with filter and run this, still we will get the same output. So this way we have solved the problem. So let's explore how we have approached and solved this problem. So as a first step, we have uploaded the input data set, that is quiz.csv. We have specified header as true as the file already contains the header. We have loaded and seen the data to check it is successfully loaded. After that, to work on the goal, what we have done is, first of all, we have filtered the data to keep only entries where the result is having pass value. And after that, we have gone ahead and used the window row function for doing the ranking. We have partitioned, that is, we have done the grouping based on the employee ID and we have ordered based on the quiz date. After that, we have done a filtering wherein we have kept only those entries where the rank was 1. And finally, since this is an additional column that was added, we have dropped it and we have got the required result. So please go through it. The dataset content will be added as part of the video description. If you found the video useful, please like
comment,
it,
and
please subscribe the
subscribe.
channel, and please share it in your circle so that more people can benefit. Thank you.